Hello everyone, welcome to another video of this revision series. In this video, we will talk about some general features of GI or gastrointestinal system. The GI system consists of gastrointestinal tract and some glands associated with this tract. And the tract starting from the buccal cavity ends in the anal canal. And this tract has more or less uniform structure on cross section throughout its length with some occasional regional variation. And the cross section view is like this, and from inside outwards the layers are mucosa, submucosa, musculosa and serosa. The mucous layer has again three sublayers. The innermost is the single layered epithelium. Usually this is columnar epithelium, then elastic lamina propria layer, and then the thin muscularis mucosa layer. Then the submucous layer where various glands are present, and the musculosa layer has two muscle fiber layer. The inner layer is the circular muscle layer followed by the outer longitudinal muscle layer. And in case of stomach, there is an extra oblique muscle layer inside the circular muscle layer. And in the serosa layer, it is the outermost layer covering the intestine. It is formed by the peritoneum actually, which invests all sections of the gastrointestinal tract except the esophagus and distal rectum. Now, if we look for the nervous system or innervation of the GI tract, there is two enteric innervation and some extrinsic innervation. The enteric innervation is myenteric plexus, also called Orbeck's plexus, which is lying in between inner circular layer and outer longitudinal layer. And there is submucous plexus, which is also called Meissner's plexus. It lies inside the submucous. As the name suggests, myenteric plexus, it means the layer, the plexus lie in the muscle layer. It's also called Orbeck's plexus. And the submucous, it is inside the submucous layer. And the neurotransmitters responsible for this enteric nervous system is GABA, ATP, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, also along with acetylcholine, norepinephrine or serotonin like common neurotransmitters. And it is interesting that it contains, this enteric nervous system of the GI tract contains about 100 million of neurons, which is equal to the total number of neurons contained in the spinal cord. And this simple fact gives us an idea that how important this enteric nervous system is for GI system. Next, the extrinsic nervous system, which is maintained by some autonomic nerve fibers, and they are either parasympathetic or sympathetic in nature. The parasympathetic discharge causes increased motility and increased secretion, while the sympathetic discharge causes decreased motility and decreased secretion. And if we talk about the reflexes, there is two type of reflex. Long reflex, here the afferents after arising from the gastrointestinal tract, the center of the spinal cord or brain where the center of the reflex lies, and the efferents emerge from this central nervous system, finally reach the effector organs in the GI tract, and these are also called vagovagal reflex because the afferent and efferent fibers are both carried by the vagus nerve or 10th cranial nerve. And the short reflex is mediated by enteric nerve plexus, as we have already talked, myenteric plexus or Meissner's plexus. And finally, if we consider the blood supply. The blood supply is quite simple. The foregut, that is from mouth the second part of duodenum, bounded by ligament of Treats, is supplied by celiac artery and its branch. Midgut is supplied by superior mesenteric artery, and this midgut is demarcated from second part of duodenum to the 2/3 of the transverse colon, that is from the starting of transverse colon up to the 2/3 portion, and from this 2/3, that is remaining 1/3 transverse colon along with the upper anal canal is called hindgut, which is supplied by inferior mesenteric artery. So as a quick recap, foregut is supplied by celiac artery and its branch, midgut is supplied by superior mesenteric artery, and hindgut is supplied by inferior mesenteric artery. And the layers of the GI tract in all over the system, this is mucus, submucus, musculosa and serosa. Mucus has 3 sublayers: epithelium, lamina propria and muscularis mucosa, and the muscle layer is inner circular layer followed by outer longitudinal layer. And the nervous system is of 2 types. The enteric nervous system is myenteric plexus and Meissner's plexus, and the extrinsic nervous system is either parasympathetic or sympathetic. So this is all about the general features of GI system. Thank you guys for watching.